All right, let's get to the fun stuff. Let's discuss your actual 7-day traffic generation plan. With this plan, you're going to cover all of your bases and use the most effective forms of free and paid traffic generation. By working both sides of the traffic generation coin, we can ensure that we gain the maximum amount of visitors to our website in the minimum amount of time. In step number 4, we're going to briefly mention all the traffic methods that take part in the 7-day traffic plan. Pay close attention to this step. It's going to explain how to use the traffic plan and how to effectively apply it. It is going to require some effort on your part to execute the 7-day traffic plan. However, remember that any effort you put out on the internet comes back to you multiplied in the form of actual money. So if you ever find yourself getting bored or feeling like you don't want to finish out the plan, whatever you do, don't quit. Quitting prematurely will only severely slow down your efforts, and eventually you're going to have to start all the way from square one. Building traffic is a lot like pushing a large snowball down a snow-covered hill. At first, the snowball is so huge and so big that it takes a significant amount of strength and effort to get it rolling. However, as the ball continues to roll down the hill, it picks up more and more snow and becomes larger. Eventually, the momentum of the huge ball creates an avalanche that pours down the side of the hill. Traffic is the same way. When you first start out, it may seem like not a lot is happening. Not a lot of traffic is rolling onto your site, and you're expending a lot of effort. However, as long as you keep that effort going and you keep pushing and executing your 7-day plan, eventually you'll gain momentum. If you don't quit, eventually this momentum will grow into an avalanche of traffic pouring onto your website. If you follow my monetization strategies, you'll also get an avalanche of money pouring into your bank account. So let's do a quick and brief overview of each of the traffic strategies involved in the 7-day traffic blueprint. After that, we'll go more in depth into each strategy. In day 1, we look at content marketing. This traffic generation strategy is one of the most popular ways to generate free traffic to your website. Since this method is free, it does require you to invest some time. However, content marketing has several unique benefits that we will be going into shortly. But first, let me explain how this traffic generation strategy works. Remember that traffic generation is all about getting as many links as you can in front of as many people as possible on the internet. One of the great ways to do this is with content marketing. This is because on the internet, content is pretty much king. In other words, we both know that the internet is the information superhighway. Most people's primary purpose for coming online is to seek out information, and usually he who has the best types of information or content wins. However, creating content is usually pretty time-consuming and boring to some people. So there's some internet websites that will get you a lot of traffic, and they will allow you to link back to your website as long as you post some type of content there. This usually forms a win-win situation. The website owner who is getting traffic gets fresh content for his website in exchange for you creating content for his website. He allows you to link back to your website, and in the process, he shares some of his traffic with you. So at the end of the day, you both win. Now, in day 2, we focus on social media. The internet is also a great place to socialize and meet people. So a great way to generate traffic is to go where the people in your niche market are socializing and engage them on these social media platforms. In doing so, you not only establish brand awareness on the social media sites, you also actively participate with the conversation your customer base is having. This plugs you into your niche market and gives you good insight. Eventually, you'll be able to use this insight to profit. There are many social networks on the internet. However, you'll probably want to use the major two, which are Twitter and Facebook. In addition to those two, you might want to seek out smaller niche-focused social networks if they exist in your marketplace. However, you don't want to go too crazy socializing because it's time-consuming and can become an addiction in and of itself. As we go in depth into this strategy, you will discover how to effectively use social media websites to drive traffic, increase awareness of your web business, and generate buzz. Then, on day 3, we shift the discussion to press releases. Another surefire way to get traffic to your website is to get the press talking about you. If you can get a popular news blog, newspaper, or other news outlet to do a story about your website, then more than likely you're going to get a flood of traffic from the readers of the news source. In order to do this, you need to release notification to the press of a story, commonly referred to as a press release. In addition to that, another great thing about press releases is that you can submit them to dozens of different news websites. With each press release you submit, you can also include a link back to your website. So if anyone reads the press release on the news website, they could potentially click on the link and become an actual website visitor. For day 4, we delve into video marketing. Video is quickly becoming the preferred media choice for anyone on the internet who regularly consumes information. This is due to the fact that internet connections have sped up on exponential scale during the past few years. We're becoming more widespread, and they're getting cheaper all at once. So with this recent explosion in cheap speed for everybody, it's no wonder that video has taken off at the rate that it has. With that being said, you'd be leaving a literal boatload of traffic on the table if you did not take advantage of video. To do this, you need to create videos that market and promote your website. When people watch them, they will be more likely to visit your website and become an actual human visitor. Of course, there are only a handful of really large internet video websites, with YouTube being the main one. However, the more videos you distribute, the more links you have out there coming back to your website. And of course, the more traffic you generate. On day 5, we work on forum marketing. Just like you can engage your audience directly on social media websites, you can also find them on internet forums and message boards, even though they are based on the old bulletin board systems from the 1980s. Internet message boards and forums still continue to be one of the most popular places for like-minded people to hang out online. As an internet marketer, you can gain a lot of traffic from these thriving online communities. Unlike other traffic generation methods, forum marketing is more of a subtle art. Most forums will not allow you to be overly promotional, so you just can't go in there and say, "Hey, come to my site." Instead, you need to actively participate in the discussion the community is having and promote your site using a small signature link which I'll explain in greater detail when I reach the actual formal marketing section. In day 6, we have paid traffic. One of the simplest yet most effective ways of traffic generation is to simply pay for traffic. There are some websites that will allow you to place an ad on them for a fee. The fee you pay depends on the amount of traffic the website that you're placing your ad on gets. Usually, the more heavily trafficked websites require a much larger payment for an ad, as opposed to websites that have smaller amounts of traffic. The thing about paid traffic is that you need to be keenly aware of how much money you're spending and how many visitors are getting, and more importantly, how many of those visitors are actually turning into money for you. Paid traffic works lightning fast, so if you're not careful, you could end up losing a lot of money over a short period of time. However, don't worry, because I'm going to make sure that you completely understand how paid traffic works and how to use it profitably. Then on day 7, it's e-zine and solo advertisements. Solo advertisements, or solo ads as they are known in the internet marketing world, are also effective in generating good traffic numbers. With a solo ad, you basically pay a fee to a marketer and he will email your ad out to his electronic magazine, e-zine for short, or newsletter subscribers. Solo ads tend to be very effective. This is because the marketer usually has built up some level of trust and credibility with his subscribers. This means they are more receptive to buying and taking action on offers that he promotes to them. So, there you have it, a quick overview of our 7-day traffic strategy. Now, let's dive into each day more in depth.